guys. America's favorite game, Wheel of Fortune, rolled into New England recently, and we got a chance to check it out. As you know, you can watch Wheel of Fortune weeknights at 7 on WPRI 12, and we got to catch up with some of the key players of the show. But I have one question for you. Can you solve the puzzle? Pat Sajak and Vanna White have been the stars of Wheel for years, but few remember they weren't always the hosts. Back in 1981, Pat was a weatherman at KNBC in Los Angeles, and let's just say weather wasn't his thing.
There's a stationary front from northern Florida through Texas.
I knew nothing about the weather. In fact, I have to admit, I had no interest in the subject. First, also, we're in Southern California, where
7 days easy.
7 months a year, there is no weather. So, I'm just standing there blabbing. I had no idea what I'm talking about.
Then one day, he got a call from Merv Griffin.
And Merv called me and asked if I was interested. And I honestly had to run to the set and find it to turn it on to see what it was about. And it's odd. I remember doing that and watching the show, and I thought, there's nothing for me to do. I really thought that.
And with so little to do on the show, Pat finds himself being a little forgetful at times.
My brain doesn't retain information very much. A lot of stuff drips out. In fact, if you're very quiet, you can actually hear my brain cells dying and hitting the floor. Listen. Hear that?
Oh, there it is. Then there's the beautiful Vanna White. Her audition was a cinch.
I literally walked out, turned the letters and said goodbye at the end, and Merv Griffin said, "You're the one."
Really?
Thank you.
At 52, Vanna keeps in better shape than women half her age. But how does she do it?
The thing I do most is spin. Do you know what that is?
Spinning classes, yes.
Yes, I've done that for years, and I do that about 5 days a week.
For how long?
45 minutes.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
I've looked at it, and I could never.
It's so hard.
Is it true that Vanna White actually found the Fountain of Youth and hasn't told anyone?
Doesn't she look great?
It's amazing.
Yeah. She's great. She's great to work with, and so's Pat. He's just not as pretty.
Originally the show's letter turner, Vanna has become a letter toucher since the new board debuted in 1997. The show's executive producer, Harry Friedman, explained the old board.
Those letters had to be inserted by hand one at a time. So we had to stop tape in between puzzle rounds, bring a curtain out in front of the board, let someone change the letters, had to check everything, and then we'd start taping again.
And Vanna doesn't miss it one bit.
I didn't want to get that thing in my wrist, right?
Carpal tunnel.
Yes, I didn't want to get that. But, actually, I had no idea they were changing it. I didn't ask them to change it to make my job easier, but they did because it's easier on the production.
Charlie O'Donnell has been the voice of Wheel since 1989.
Well, I'm starting my 28th season with Wheel of Fortune, if you can believe that.
That's incredible.
You should find a gig someday in your life that's as good as this.
At the end of the day, Wheel of Fortune is a 27-year-old game show that is still the most watched syndicated program on television.
People rely on us for the kind of entertainment that's family-friendly and that's fun and challenging at the same time.
Thanks to all our wonderful viewers that enjoy it and watch our show and still watching. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Thank you.
And on Wednesday, Rhode Island's own Chris Gage is playing Wheel. We caught up with him, and we'll let you know how he did on his journey a little later on this week. Make sure you catch Wheel of Fortune on our sister station, WPRI 12, at 7 o'clock all week.
Coming up next on the